They're about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Detroit Lions and the New York Jets. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Jets. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while, because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Right back to Swift again on second down. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Darnold. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. This is fielded at the 27. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Jets will take over. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action with Wilson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Romeo Okwara. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This pass complete to Ruckert. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. After one, it's 9-0. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 16, Darnold. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. John Franklin Myers in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Darnold. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Darnold now to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
And here now the punter, Fox, as he sends this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
All again on 2nd down. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That gain on third down, good for 28. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
On first and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. Play action. Now Wilson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Aiden Hutchinson
just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Throw left side complete. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Third and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he's got this down to the 35. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
After that run for a first down, I don't know the confidence could be much higher for an offense. They're doing exactly what they want to do on this drive.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
A first down throw, Darnold. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Now Darnold. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Ball again. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He's got a man complete. And he's going to
get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one goes for 30 yards. Back to the ground with Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Now it's Darnold. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Here comes the Lions punter now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here comes Berrios. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second down and 8. Wilson, he's going to look to run with it. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Lions have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point try now for Patterson. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Barrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's the Jets punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And it's fielded at the 34. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends.
Hall has it knocked loose, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
About 3 yards there to the 27. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold on the move to his left. And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going. And I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, second through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now Wilson. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the Lions have just about sewn up this football game. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. On the option to give to Swift here. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now it's Darnold. He's airing it out for Williams.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before a season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the second and come out and take the fight to our opponent. They did exactly that, and now they have the lead to show for it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Detroit, a win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Jets,